How did you find the seeing through the heart meditation that we
Oh,
did?
that was profound. Profound, absolutely profound. Obviously, the insights are very difficult to express and to describe, and it would sound like gibberish, so I won't even try. But it was quite profound, and possibly life-altering, perhaps. The first course I took was the Tantra course, I believe. That's available.
Tantra Christ?
Tantra. There's a online. There's a free
Tantra
online.
Today.
Tantra Today. Okay, and then I believe I signed up for the Kundalini course. Then got a little more intrigued.
How was that?
It's very rich in information, and so I felt I'll probably have to watch it a few more times, take notes to fully process. But being familiar with mystical philosophy, it's primarily not about reading texts. It's about experiential understanding, and that's when I got curious about actually, where do these people meet, or does Igor give seminars or talks? And so then I learned that there was an immersion program this summer, so I signed up for that, and yeah.
Here you are.
Here I am.
What were you expecting to find, and what was the reality?
So oddly enough, as I was watching the Kundalini course, Igor mentioned Shams of Tabriz, and he made a tribute to him as one of his mentors or his inspirations, and it was really kind of on a gut kind of because Shams of Tabriz is a very enigmatic character. He's not really, there really isn't much, at least information that I found about what his teachings were exactly, or what his influence on Rumi was, or what their relationship was, or whether et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of mystique surrounding that being, and one of my great inspirations is the poetry of Rumi. So that combined with Igor's in-depth understanding of Kundalini, it was kind of like this mix that was a little bit too irresistible. So it was really on a hunch. So I had no expectations. It was kind of like in the States they call it like Hail Mary pass. You just kind of throw it out there and see what happens, kind of a thing. So I really didn't know what to expect. Yeah.
And the Q&A sessions, did you find that some of the questions that other people brought gave you some clarity, and were you able to bring anything of your own?
Absolutely, yes. So while I had many questions, they just kind of fell away as the program progressed, and of course the other participants' questions were very helpful for me. Igor's answer to them, and I do feel like he was very accessible. He made every opportunity to be available for us, for our questions, and I really truly appreciate that. I know that that's not always the case in these type of satsang gatherings. So.
How has the process of being in here, in your own process, been for you?
So the process that Igor has taught me, us, I believe is at once simple and powerful, which is a great combination. There are subtleties to it, of course, as all meditation and mystic experience involves. But the process itself, the entry point, the gateway to the, I don't want to say state because that's almost too quaint of a word, but let's just say altered state, shall we say, or entry point to that state where the mind can enter that alternate level of perception is fairly straightforward, I felt. And I know that I'm sure there's a lot of work that he has done behind the scenes to make it so and to create the proper environment for that. I realize it's not simple on their end, on your end. But for us, it was a very seamless and simple process. And I found it very accessible, let's say. Yeah.
How did you find the discourses?
Oh, the discourses are fascinating. And understanding the difference between Vedantic or kind of Yoga Sutra philosophy of samadhi and the Trikashayavist tantric understanding of samadhi, I found that fascinating. The contrast in the philosophies, and I was not aware of that, and so that was quite interesting, and also I want to say in many ways the Trikashayavist views are life-affirming, so it's there's a little bit of like a joyful feeling that comes about when you realize that it's not all Maya, and that this world is just to be overcome versus play and learn and participate, while not being of the world, to participate in the world, and as was discussed, to play our roles and
creativity was
and yes, and contribute.
Overall theme.
Yes.
How was that?
I thought it was a very beautiful, positive theme that is quite a nice contrast to the somewhat antiseptic Vedantic views that sometimes are presented, and I suppose it's a matter of taste as well, but being an artist, I appreciate that point of view.
Do you feel the resonance with the path of beauty and what Tantra represents?
Very much so. Like I said, I'm an artist. I've been an artist, sculptor for 30 years, and so obviously that resonates with me.
How is the container here? Do you feel that in your individual practice and what we can do in a group, is there a marked difference? And is there a marked difference?
Oh, very much so, yes. Well, first of all, there's the guidance from Igor and the orchestration, you might say, which is quite powerful. I feel very privileged to be with a group of such delightful, wonderful people from all over the world. Yes, obviously this is something that would be difficult to replicate at home, I would think. But I also understand that the sadhana, one's sadhana is also an essential component of this practice. Yeah.
Did anything take you by surprise?
Oh yes, the whole thing. Like I said, I kind of came here with a blank canvas. I didn't. Like I said, I came here because he mentioned Shams of Tabriz, so I had no idea what to expect, and I'm glad I didn't come with a lot of baggage, and quite frankly, I came out at a point when I was a little bit burned out on Vedanta, so it was nice. It was like the unfolding kind of just swept me into a new understanding, and I'm very grateful. Yeah.
And what will you take home from this experience, if you can even put into words?
I think I take home a new sadhana, a practice that is very very accessible for me, and even a new way to view sadhana itself, and my approach to spirituality itself. So I would say it's quite profound. Yeah.